Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Otumba Adams Show. My name remains Adams Lofimolajide, and you are welcome specially. All right, so this is the 115th episode, and we would be looking at how to get sales using WhatsApp marketing for beginners. It means that, like, if you have never tried out WhatsApp for your business before, this is where to go to, or this is where to learn how to get it done. All right. But before I dive into what I have for today, you know how I always ask, how are you guys doing? How is work? How is life? How is business? How is everything that is dear to you? I hope you guys are doing exceptionally well. All right. So this episode is a live episode. And for those of you that are watching me live right now, if you'd love to introduce yourself and make me know that like you're actually there, just put your name and your location, and I would be so glad to bring you up and then interact with you. All right. So while I am waiting for you guys to get that done, we will be looking at WhatsApp marketing. Now, the question now is why WhatsApp? Why do we need to use WhatsApp to market our business? Now, one of the things that like a lot of people do not realize is this: of all the apps, right, that people check the most, WhatsApp is literally the number one in Nigeria, in Africa, right? That a lot of people get to check. Like once they realize that like they have a message, they would easily check it, right? And it is not like other platforms whereby you have to pay to be seen. If you post something on your status, right, most definitely a lot of people would be able to see it. And another thing that is beautiful about WhatsApp is the fact uh, that was what now? There are over 80 million people in Nigeria currently using the WhatsApp platform, which goes to show that like there's a huge potential in reaching the right people to actually use your business. Now, the question now comes are like, okay, so how do I go about this? How do I get these people that I actually need for my business? And how do I scale my business such that I would make more sales? All right, so I have listed some points here that I'll be saying. Let's start from number one. The number one point that I have here is define your goal or goals, as it were. Now, what do I mean by this? If you need to make sale, right, you need to ask yourself that, like, okay, so what is the end result? How much am I hoping to make per month, right? How what's the word like what's the profits I am hoping to make at the end of the month? Because if you don't have the end goal in mind, then you would only be shooting blanks. But if you have an idea where you are headed, right, if it is money you're trying to like make at the end of the month, or the goal is to make earn more money, then you're focused on like, okay, fine, this is what I'm trying to do. If it is for you to be seen as an authority in a particular niche, then you know that like, okay, that is the goal for me to be seen as an authority. So you need to realize that like, or you need to know rather that you need to know what your goal is, and you need to work towards that goal. It is very, very important. All right. So set that goal, write it out. I want to make 200,000 naira this month, right? I want to make 300,000 naira. I want to make 1 million naira this month. That is my goal for this month. So how do I now go about um, moving from where I am to the point I need to get to? All right. So that's the first point. The second point is create a customer profile. Now, this is very, very important, right? Because you can't just try to like sell to anyone if they would not be needing your service. I've seen that mistake being made by a lot of entrepreneurs, right? They just send their contacts out, or they try to like tell people that like, okay, let them come my way, like share my link with people, and like you're bringing in every Tom, Dick, and Harry. It doesn't say that like those people would actually be able to like use your service. So you need to create this avatar. I've spoken about creating avatar for your potential clients in the past in one of my old episodes, but I will just quickly talk about it right now. Now, one of the things that like you could probably do is ask yourself, okay, who are those that most likely can can use my service, right? Are they male? Are they female? Is it just gender biased? Like, is it just for men, or is it just for women, or is it that like it's for both, right? What is their educational qualification, right? Do you sell to graduates, or it is just to the masses? right? Is there an age range that you actually sell to? Maybe your product is for older people or people that are younger, or probably like it's still everybody, right? But then at some point, like you get what I'm trying to say. You know the people that most likely would be able to like patronize you, down to the point, down to the type of phone they actually use. It is very, very important. You need to know all this. You need to have a mental image of the type of people that can actually use your service. Because when you're trying to reach out, then you know that like you're reaching out to these people. You're not just reaching out to random people. All right. Even if you're trying to like ask people that like, please help me share with your friends, you need to know that like, okay, this person that I'm giving it to, does that person have those kind of people that I actually need to come to my list? All right. So have that avatar set. It is very, very important. Now, moving on to the next point, we have download the business app. We all know WhatsApp, right? Download the business version of the WhatsApp app. Now, one of the beauties about the business app is the fact that like you can actually give more information about yourself, right? What your business is about, your email address, your website, and you could also have catalog, right, where you display the type of product that you most likely would sell. All right, and if your product is not something that like that they can easily buy, right? You can still create a flyer and then add it to your catalog, right? And then place your price there. Like for someone like myself that does animation, I may not be able to post an animation as a catalog. However, I could actually create a flyer and then put my price tag on it such that whenever anybody comes to my profile, they'll be able to see that, like, okay, this is what this guy does, and this is the price range of what these certain products are. All right. So you need to download that. Then the next point will be have a brand persona. All right. Now, it is not just that like you are trying to, what's the word now? It's not just that like you're just trying to sell your product, but anytime anybody thinks about your products, all right, if it is you yourself that you're selling as a brand, right, anytime anybody thinks about you, they should be able to have like a mental image of that person, right? Now, when we talk about Fanta, for instance, or Coca-Cola, right, there's this mental image that we have about the brand. Okay. And it's the same way with other brands out there. So you need to create a brand around yourself, around your business, such that whenever you're talking, whenever you're posting any information, it is centered around that brand. People feel it. They're like, okay, maybe this person, this brand is energetic, this brand is empathetic, right? Whatever it is that like that brand can actually do, create that for the brand. You need to have a brand persona. All right, moving on to the next point, we have build a contacts list. Now, this point right here is very, very, very important. All right, now remember, I said something about having an avatar of who your ideal client is. Right now, once you've known that, you need to now do what you need to build your contact list, meaning that like you're trying to draw in those particular ideal clients into your list. Now, how can you do that? It is either you share your contacts with people who you know that they have people around them that can most likely patronize you. And most times people would not really want to use, also, I want to add you to their list. However, if you're giving them something in exchange for their contacts, people would be willing and open, all right, to share their contacts with you just to get that particular information. Take, for instance, let's say you are able to create a PDF, right, that has 7 things that could help people's business, and you're trying to target business owners in, let's say, in Lagos State, right? Now, once you create that PDF, you could share it online, right, on other social media platforms, or you could also do a paid advert such that whenever people click on it, right, and they want to request for that PDF, in exchange for the PDF, they have to drop your number for you. Now, that's where you're going to build your list. And I need to say this at this point in time that, like, if you want to make sales, sales is it's just about numbers, right? The more leads you have, the more potential clients you have, the likelihood that like your sales would shoot up the roof. All right. So numbers are really, really crucial, but you just do not want to get any type of person. You really do not want to do that. Use your avatar as a yardstick to getting the right audience or the right contacts list on your phone. It is very, very important. You give them something for free, and then in exchange, what's the word? You you get their number. Tari Agbofwa is saying, very good. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Tari. It's been a while. All right, so that's it, building a contact list. It is very, very important. In building it, remember your avatar, right? And then give them something in exchange for their number, right? You can do that over time, but make sure you're constantly doing that. All right, so that's number 5 on the list. Moving on to number 6. I'm sorry, made a mistake there. Moving on to number 6, we have don't just promote, give value. All right, so now at this point in time, you've gotten your contact list growing, and then one mistake a lot of people make is that like they start telling people that like, okay, buy my product, do this, do that. Like, no. At a point, people would turn deaf ears to what you have to sell. But if you have what's the word now? If you have a game plan, right? Let me use that word, a game plan, in such a way that like you tell yourself that like, okay, on this particular day, I'll talk about this thing that can be of benefit to my potential audience. On another day, I'll talk about this thing that could be of benefit to my potential clients. And then maybe on a particular day, it is just for fun, like you just make them laugh. You just send something that like, hey, it's funny, like, right? You make them realize that like, hey, you're not a robot. Okay. So have this plan written out, and then like you give value, give value, give value, right? Always try to give value. And once you keep giving value, people realize or will feel that like, okay, this dude right here is actually an authority. If I need help in this thing, he's the go-to guy because he's always giving value. All right. He's always giving value. That is one trick that a lot of people that are making money out there actually use. You need to give value first and make sure that like your value is consistent. That's why you need a game plan in such a way that like you are constantly let's say on Monday, you say, okay, it's a Monday motivation. You put up motivational quotes for people for them to be gingered and all that. Maybe on Tuesday, you talk about marketing. All right. Every Tuesday, you post like 2-3 times about marketing on your status, or probably like you send broadcasts to your list, teaching them something relating to marketing. Right. Maybe like on Wednesday, you talk about what's the word now? Sales. Right. Maybe on Thursday, you do something about Throwback Thursday, right, where you're just goofy and all that. And then like on Friday, you can just add something to the mix. It could just be coming back to marketing again. So you could be like marketing on Tuesday and on Friday. And that way, if you are consistent with that, people will trust you. They will know you, trust you, and they would like you because they know that like this person is an authority in this niche and he's constantly giving value to us. All right. So it goes a very, very long way. So, number 7, which is the last point, and I actually forgot to write here. Let me just quickly write. Make sure you. All right, just a sec. All right, so number 7 is make sure your customer service is top notch. Now, one of the mistakes some people make is the fact that, like, when people reach out to them, they do not respond on time. You need to be able to respond on time. And if you feel that, like, your contact list has grown so much, there are a lot of bots out there that can actually help you to respond to people's messages or like ask them if they have certain questions and quickly respond to that question. If that is why they are trying to like reach out to you, you would probably have known they frequently ask questions. Impute it in all those bots, right, that can help you to respond when you're busy doing something else. But the main thing is the fact that like you need to respond to people as swiftly as possible, because it makes them realize that like, hey, this person is not just trying to like sell to us. He actually cares about us, which is really, really important. And if you can incorporate all these things that I just said, I can guarantee you that your WhatsApp would help you in gaining more sales. It is that easy, as simple as I have said it. But putting it into action is where the job is, and that is where it is left to you to work on every information I have given to you. And if you actually have any other question pertaining to this, you can actually drop a message in the comment section, and I would be sure to respond to you. On this note, I have come to the end of today's class. If you are watching from Facebook or YouTube, you know what to do. Just give me a like button or subscribe, or you share with your loved ones and tell them like, hey, there's this dude on Facebook and on YouTube that drops nuggets every week, and you would love to listen to him. On this note, I would like to sign out. My name remains Adams Lofimolajide, and as I always say, be the best God has created you to be. Signing out, guys. Thank you. I just saw someone stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So let me now end the broadcast right now.